Hey guys, how you doing? Uncle Bob here once again with another video, and today we're going to be doing the review of the Warner Brothers DC Blue Beetle movie DVD review. Um, Now it came out like a lot of things. I can't remember the exact date. I think it was maybe it was August, was it? Um, I'm not an expert on always remembering the exact date, but I think it's a few months back, about August or whatever it was. And I think this was quite quick for me because I actually didn't find out about this till quite late. I'm not very know much about Blue Beetle. I only found out through someone on YouTube about it was coming out, and then I thought, because I like superhero films, I thought I'll definitely have a look at that. But yeah, I wasn't really. It seemed to like happen quite fast. I didn't know about it coming out. As I said, until I found out about it, and I definitely wanted to check it out once it was out. I didn't see it at the cinema. I only just saw it once on DVD. I watched it Wednesday, I think it was. Yeah. I checked it out. As I said, didn't see it when it came out. As I said, I don't know much. I didn't know much about Blue Beetle, to be honest. It wasn't a one where I was known about it. It's only when I found out it was coming out. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. I think it was one of them ones that just sort of was coming out and it didn't have much publicity, like where you get Batman and all that. You always know when they're coming out, and there's a lot of. I think it was one of the ones that just come out, and it wasn't. There wasn't much online about it. And I don't think it done very well when it was at the cinema. I think it was a box office bomb, what they call. It doesn't perform very well. But this is going to be my review on it. Now, let's look at the positives first. I mean, to be honest, I think in general, I think it's all right. It's not. It's certainly when I watched it. I thought it wasn't one of the best superhero films ever made. It's not going to be up there with Spider-Man, Iron Man, or Avengers or anything like that. But it's all right in places. It's actually quite like Iron Man in a lot of ways because of the it's Blue Beetle suit. It's quite like Iron Man's suit. Being like that sort of robot technology sort of suit kind of thing. So you sort of kind of, as soon as you watch it, you get a kind of Iron Man feel vibe to it, which seemed to be, that type of vibe going on. Positives. Positives. Let's see. The time, it's around about nearly 2 hours. So it's not too short, and it's not too long where you can think because this is not as good as a lot of the superhero movies. It's not something where you watch and you think, oh god, I've got to watch something that's over 2 hours, and it's going to be really boring. It's 2 hours. That's just 2 hours. So it's not overly long, which I think is a positive when the film is not as good. It's less time to watch. I think another positive. I think the action, when it happens, is pretty good. No issues there. Special effects looks pretty good. And the action all looks pretty good, and the fight scenes I quite like. So that's another positive. Another positive. I quite like the storyline about the young guy becoming the Blue Beetle. I think that's okay. So another positive there. I think the general acting is okay. But now let's look at the. Now there's a few negatives here. Um, some on the point of like actually quite annoying and irritating, and at times quite loud. It seems to be like when you have the volume on, it seems to be quite loud. And it's on the verge of just like being too loud and quite annoying at times. But I'll go into that now. So yeah, one of the negative things about this is um, there's humour which they've done in a lot of these films, but in this the humour seems to be a bit too much. Rather than it being sort of a mild action film, there's the humour in it seems to be on the verge of leaning towards more of a comedy sort of no seriousness type movie rather than actually being like part serious. It seems to be it's too much comical and they're trying to be funny too many times, and then sometimes it's just not funny. Sometimes what they say, it's just what I get the feel to it when I'm watching it. It's just they're trying to be too funny, and then as I said, it's just going more towards comedy rather than because a lot of some of the other films they had a bit of humour. Some of the other uh, action films, but it's not on the brink of where it's going towards too much. This feels like it's going towards too much of being just a comedy film where you can't really take the storyline too seriously. That's what I got the vibe from it. But yeah, so that's one of the negatives. Another negative thing is um, the irritation of um, they speak in Spanish, or I'm not sure if it's Spanish or Mexican. Now that's not the annoying thing. But what is annoying is they switch back and forth from speaking. 1 minute they seem to speak in English, and then they speak in another language, whether it be Spanish. I think it's Spanish, but we'll just say it's Spanish. They speak in English, then they switch back to speaking in Spanish, and then the subtitles come up so you can understand what they're saying. But then they switch back to English, switch back to it just becomes really, really annoying, which I found not just on the verge of just so really, really irritating for me. That's how I found. I feel like if you're gonna, at least had this film had been in Spanish, you could at least knew where you sort of stood with it, and it just knowing that okay, they're going to be speaking in Spanish, then it's going to be speaking in Spanish, or vice versa. Speaking English the whole way through. It just became annoying. Where they just spoke in English, then speaking in Spanish, and it just become really, really annoying. That's what I found. I feel if you're going to speak in one language, just speak in one language. It just became really annoying to me. The other annoying thing is, the humour, which I feel was just way too much. The other thing is, sort of some of the characters in it are quite annoying at times, like high pitched voices and just whether it's overacting or overreaction. It's just halfway through or whatever, they just become some of the characters irritating and annoying, and it's just. You have to turn the volume down because it's just too loud, and it's become really, really irritating with their sort of like high pitched voices and just crazy overreactions, and it just became really, really annoying. I felt, I mean, it's half and half for me on this. Maybe more positive, just slightly more positive than negative, but it's sort of borderline. Going more negative than positive, but as I said, the action and the storyline is okay. I think that's fine, and as I said, it's not overly long, but the annoyance of it being characters switching back from another language to English was just really, really annoying. I think they just should have spoken either English or Spanish. And then the uh, just it being too comical, where I couldn't really just take it very, I couldn't really take it that serious. Um, yeah, but yeah, I mean, not great on this, but uh, it's just all right. I think there's been worse. Um, but yeah, it's just right. It is really watchable again, having turned the sound down quite low. Um, yeah, but it's all right. It's, as I said, it's got its moments where it's cool in places. Um, and yeah, that's my review on that. So guys, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already to the channel. And see you guys in the next video. Take care, bye for now, see you soon.